Hello guys, welcome back to Rock Radio and thank you for tuning into my show, Youngest in Charge. This is your host Nathaniel Echipwe. And today I'm here with a special guest. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Treasure Echipwe.
Okay, and I'm here with my brother today, so thank you for joining me. And today, me and Treasure have a very interesting topic. And the topic we're going to be talking about today is characteristics you should have as a young boy. Here, the main word, characteristics. And if you guys don't know what characteristics means, it's basically another word for trait. So we're going to get started now. So we're just going to give you a few characteristics, and one of the ones I think that are mandatory to have as a young boy is manners, because everybody looks at you to see if you have manners. When you get married to your wife or you have a girlfriend and she's bringing you over to have dinner with her family, one of the first two things that her family is going to be looking at is this boy respectful and does he have manners? So I think manners will be one of the biggest. Manners will just be mandatory, because if you don't have manners, people are going to look at you somehow. This is what my mom tells me, and I've known this since I was a young boy as well. If you don't have manners, people are going to look at you somehow. And when somebody sees that you don't have manners, they're going to think you're either you don't know how to you don't take care of yourself, you're rude, or you're from a rude family. But when somebody looks at you and says this boy has manners, they're going to approve of you, and they're going to think that basically you're
respectful. They're going to take respectful.
Because who doesn't like somebody with manners?
Exactly.
If you bring home a girl to your mom and you bring home two girls, one with no manners,
and one has manners, your mom's going to take the one.
Mom's going to take the one with manners. So that's pretty mandatory. Everybody should know that by now.
I think being polite as well. People forget about being polite. Like your sorries, your thank yous, your like, oh, can you please help me get this?
At the same time, polite links in with manners.
Manners, exactly. Yeah. But people forget about the thank yous, the sorries, or the pleases. You understand? Like people just do things. They don't ask in a polite way. They're just like, can you get this for me? You get me? They're not like, can you please help me get this? Like, get this certain thing.
Let's put manners and having manners and being polite. Let's put it both at number one.
Right.
And I think another trait you need to have. A lot of people are lacking this trait, but confidence. I think I'm very big on confidence. A lot of people are not really big into themselves, and people don't believe in yourself. But if you want to get anywhere in life, you're going to need to have confidence. Trust me, all these people that you're seeing now, Mark Zuckerberg,
Jeff Bezos,
all these billionaires and millionaires, they wouldn't be where they are right now if they didn't have confidence. Because if you want to plan something with your life or go on to bigger things, you're going to need to believe in yourself. And if you don't have confidence, you don't believe in yourself.
That's the thing. One time, my uncle told me that, like, to make it, you need to fake it. You get me? So you need to fake it till you make it. Like, pretend that you're that big, so that when you get to that stage, you'll actually feel like you're that big. Do you get what I mean? So you need to fake it till you make it.
Wait, what's the saying? Fake it
till you make it. Do you understand? Yeah.
So everybody remember that, fake it till you make it, okay? But confidence is a very big one. And another one I think I'm big on is you need to have a growth mindset. And I know a lot of you people are going to be thinking, what is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is having the capability to have a mindset that can bring you anywhere you want. Because in life, you can't be anywhere with a lazy mindset.
Exactly,
if you
yeah,
have a
yeah.
boring mindset,
Giving up mindset,
if you have a lazy or giving up a boring mindset, you're probably going to be one of those people that stay in your bed the whole day, eating pizza morning, night,
chopping, curtains closed, window closed, room smelling,
your room will be dirty.
stenching.
That's if you have a lazy mindset. But if you have a growth mindset, that's telling me that you have a mindset that you believe in yourself. You have a mindset that you know that you can move on to bigger things. And having a growth mindset, when you have a growth mindset, you also need to think about it as there is no failure. Because a lot of people, they do start off with a growth mindset. They'll try one or two things and they fail, and they give up. But you see, I'm going to give the owner of Coca-Cola as an example. I can't remember his name, but it took him, I think it was more than 150 tries.
Oh yeah, I think about 150 years.
I think it took him more than 150 tries
to perfect the
exact ingredients he needed for Coke. But you see, if that was somebody with a lazy mindset, after the second or third try, he'll say, I'm finished. Let me just go back to living being a normal guy. But it took him 150 tries. Do you know how many tries that is? He's past 100. He's now 150 tries, and after 150 try, he now got it, and he's a millionaire. So just take it back and imagine if he gave up at the 5th try, would he be where he is today?
Of course not, exactly. But that's the thing. You need to turn your failures into lessons. You get what I mean? Yeah. Like if you fail, you're like, okay, what did I do wrong, and I'll do better from there. Do you get what I mean? Like, and another thing that you need for like one of your characteristics is resilience. Like, is patience. Like if you're working on something, don't just give up straight away. You need to be resilient and be patient, and your time will come because God has His timing, of course, for you, and you just need to be patient with the things you do. Like failing is obviously part of the process. That's what people forget. When you start, you're gonna fail, and no one's perfect, obviously. So as you keep going in life, you turn your failures into lessons, and you turn them lessons into W's. You get what I mean? Yeah.
I know a few people are probably thinking, what is resilience? So could you just break it down? You probably know this better than me. Could you just break it down for them in like a better way?
I say resilience is like patience. So basically, say if your teacher said, oh, this boy is very resilient, that means she's basically saying that he's very patient. Like he takes his time with things. He's not just going to fail and just give up straight away. Like he's resilient in what he does. Like if you're a business owner, you're going to need resilience because obviously when you start your business, you're not going to be booming straight away, making millions. Obviously it's going to take time over a process, and you're going to need to be resilient over the time to get to the point you want to be. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so that's basically.
So the one he said right now is resilient. I think that's a very good trait for you to have as a young boy as well. But one that people forget about, I wouldn't say this is a trait, but it's more of a like, I wouldn't say this is a characteristic, but it's more of a trait. Have good hygiene, This isn't really a trait, but I think it fits in. Have good hygiene and stay fit, because a lot of people these days, all they do is sit down, they just watch TV and they
play game.
They don't go out, they don't exercise. But if you're fit, it's just a good trait to have from the young age. You don't have to go to the gym, but even like my mom, she doesn't go to the gym, but she stays fit. Every day she'll collect one of the kids to say, oh yeah, put on your clothes, we're going for a walk. Even if it's around the estate, she has one roundabout that she always goes to. Every day she must go to that roundabout, but she's looking at her phone. I haven't touched 400 steps. I haven't touched. She always makes sure she touches 1,000 steps minimum. So that's just like, she doesn't have to spend her money and go to the gym, and you don't need to spend money to do all of that. This is just walking. You don't have to buy any equipment if you're walking.
Exactly,
you get me?
true.
So even if you're just doing push-ups in your room, you're exercising,
crunches, doing something,
go
just
to the backyard, playing football. If you have a local football court, go there, local basketball court, stay there. And something else that links into fit is hygiene. Obviously, after you do all of that stuff, you're going to be sweating. Make sure you always get your good hygiene. Make sure you shower every morning.
Wash your
Make sure you just
do everything. You have to stay clean. Stay
allowance you get, just use 5 bills. Just go to local pennies, go to Central, go to Deals, just buy, what do they call it? Roll-on, spray, Brut.
Cheaper hair.
The one my auntie gets for me is Brut. It's the best one, it's the cheapest, and it smells the nicest. And another trait you should have is, how do I put this now? Always be willing to sow a good seed. This is something that's going to benefit you in the future. My mom makes sure she implants this on all of me and my siblings' heads every day. Make sure you're willing to sow a good seed, because if that seed doesn't get at you the next day or the day after or the next week, it's going to get at you in the future. And if it still doesn't reach you, it's going to reach your children's life, your brother's life, people around you. So if you're thinking in your head, what is sowing a good seed? I'm going to use it as an example. You sow an apple seed, you water that seed every day. That seed is now going to grow into an apple tree with multiple trees, multiple apples. So basically, a seed is doing a good deed, and that deed is now going to grow into a bigger tree with multiple blessings for you.
Exactly, yeah.
So basically, sowing a good seed is just being willing to do something nice for somebody. And you see, when you're sowing a good seed, you don't always need to expect something back in return.
Yeah.
You don't need to go and sow a seed willing somebody's going to give you money. Just sow a good seed knowing that you woke up this morning and you were able to help out somebody, because sometimes people can't be as fortunate as you.
Exactly, yeah.
So if you grow up with the trait of sowing a good seed from young, when you start sowing those good seeds from young, when you're a bigger teenager or your dad or your mom or you're older, those seeds are going to come back to benefit you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those are a few of the main ones. Do you have any traits you think that are in the top 10 as well?
I think we covered all of them, to be honest. All the ones that I think are main to me, but maybe there's a few more that we haven't got onto. But I think
those are the main ones.
Those are
the
the-
few
exactly,
more
yeah.
that won't be, actually this one might come in top 10 as well. Have good time management.
Yeah,
I can't stress this one enough. Have good time management. When you're older, you're going to be invited to parties. You're going to be invited to weddings. Even at your teenage age, you're going to get invited
business
to those things.
meetings, stuff
Yeah,
like
you
that.
don't want people to know you as the guy that always comes late.
Exactly.
Because if the party is now at 6 o'clock, they'll tell you the party is at 5 o'clock, so you
just
can get there at 6
exactly,
o'clock.
yeah, you know.
You don't want to be that person. So make sure you have good time management. What my mom tells me is that if you're leaving the house to go somewhere and you're rushing, that means you didn't leave the house on time.
But that means you didn't wake up on time.
You didn't wake up on time.
You didn't get ready
the
on
house. You
time.
didn't get ready on time. So leave the house before. Because if somebody tells me to come to a party at 5 o'clock and I'm there and I'm saying where's everybody and they tell me the party is at 5:30, I just told you to come because I knew you would be late. I'll be laughing, but at the same time I'll be offended because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy that everybody knows. Oh, he's always coming late. Invite him earlier so he doesn't come at this time. And another trait, I wouldn't say this is a trait, but it's not good to boast. It's not good to brag.
Too much pride.
Too much pride. This links in with pride. Don't be the person that everybody knows you as a boaster, as a bragger. Maybe if you're a billionaire and you have 5 houses all over the world, you can do that one if you want. But like at this stage, keep it humble and make sure you don't have too much pride, because pride is actually killing people these days, and you can't even tell. People don't even see that pride is affecting them. And when I say pride, I mean in a way that you're not willing to resolve any arguments you have. Like your friends and family, like you can't do that with everybody. Because when you grow up, if you have an argument with your wife, you guys are going to live in the same house. You can't ignore each other.
Exactly.
So when you need to make sure you have, don't have too much pride. Like have pride, but not too much. When it's time to resolve an argument, make sure you resolve it, because you don't know what can happen tomorrow. You get me? But pride, that's a big one, and I'm gonna stay strong on the don't brag and don't boast, because there's something called jinxing. A lot of people jinx themselves these days. Comes in with karma. When you boast, when you jinx, like if let's say I have 5 million now, look at you guys are all broke. The next day you don't know what can happen. Something can happen, all your money will be gone. So that links in pride and don't boast. And you can never there was one more. There was one very important one I had to be top 10. Taking care of your parents, but I think that links in with hygiene and being fit. Taking care of your parents is basically just being clean. Just make sure when you hop out of the shower every day, have the basics. Make sure when you're in the shower, you just scrub under your armpits, get all those places that you know you don't want to be smelling. So, but those are all the main traits and characteristics I think you should have as a young boy. And thank you everybody for tuning into my show, Youngest in Charge, and thank you very much for being on the show. Please follow all our handles. Subscribe to us on YouTube at URock TV. Follow us on Instagram at URock Media One, and follow us on Facebook at URock Media One. Have a blessed day, and everybody have a beautiful Friday.